You are welcome to NES Connect Institute. In this discussion, we'll consider a topic on child abuse. And this is a clear call to ensuring that we held our hands together in stopping child abuse at any cost. Child abuse usually will occur in a situation when an individual who has been given the opportunity or the responsibility to take care of a child abuses their power. Now, abuse can happen to a child regardless of their age, gender, race, or ability. It's important to note that abusers can be adults, and at times they can be young people. And these are people that are usually known and trusted by the child, who in this case is a victim, and their families. Physical injuries may or may not be immediately visible. However, it's important to note that abuse and neglect can have consequences for children, their families, and society that may be for a longer time to come. The impact of child abuse and neglect is often discussed in terms of physical, psychological, behavioral, and societal consequences. It is important to note that in reality, it is impossible to separate them completely. This is because a child that has been abused physically, to a certain degree, they are also psychologically abused and vice versa. Physical consequences, such as damage to a child's growing brain, can have psychological implications for a longer time to come. Types of abuse would include physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional abuse, and neglect. An individual may abuse or neglect a child directly or indirectly. Indirectly, meaning you fail to prevent another person from harming that child that you have noticed is being abused. Physical abuse involves hitting, shaking, throwing, poisoning, burning, or scalding to extremes, even drowning, suffocating, or otherwise causing physical harm to a child. Physical harm may also be caused when a parent or a career personnel fabricates the symptoms of or deliberately induces illness in a child. Sexual abuse, to the contrary, involves forcing or enticing a child or young person to take part in sexual activities, including prostitution. This could be whether or not the child is aware of what is happening to them. The activities may involve physical contact, and this may include a penetration, which may result into rape or oral sex, or it could be non-penetrative acts. It's also very important to note that the other form of child abuse is emotional abuse. Now, emotional abuse is the persistent emotional maltreatment of a child, such as to cause severe and persistent adverse effects on the child's emotional development. This is so common. And in so many ways, the abuser will consistently indicate to this child that, one, they are worthless or they are unloved, they are inadequate or they are not valued at any cost. This may cause future developmental challenges with children that are subjected to such evil treatments. The other form of child abuse is neglect. Now, neglect is a persistent failure to meet a child's basic physical or psychological needs. And this will just result in serious impairment of the child's health or development. Now, these acts of neglect may include failure to provide adequate food, failure to provide clothing, failure to provide shelter. These may even include abandonment, failure to protect a child from physical and emotional harm or danger, and failure to provide adequate supervision. So this is coming up with a form of child abuse that is termed as neglect. It is a form of child abuse at times that people do not pay much attention to. We'll end here, but of course, I urge you to subscribe for more videos. In part 2, we'll look at the effects of child abuse. Thank you for watching this video. Ensure that you share this video for others to reach out to this platform.